we're gonna play a game. But before we play the game, watch this.
Listen, some of y'all ladies gonna have to settle. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but listen, everybody can't have a perfect man out here. It ain't even enough of us around, like, let's be honest. So at the end of the day, we can go ahead and put that 50-50 conversation to rest, because every woman ain't gonna get 80-20, 100-0, whatever y'all thinking is gonna be 60-40. Some of y'all gonna have to go 50-50, and shit, y'all might gotta go 60-40 on your end with the man, just to be happy at the end of the day. Like, let's be realistic. Come on now. Somebody gonna have to settle, man. That's all I'm saying. All the straight men that's left in the world, a lot of them is in jail. A lot of them married. What do that leave left? Everybody can't have their cake and eat it too. Like, you can't have the best of the best. Sometimes you gotta just go for what you got and be happy and be grateful. Because you can have nothing at the end of the day and be miserable. Come on now. J. Cole said, love yours. I gotta take this in consideration.
First question. Do you think that he's one of the good men that he's talking about? Do you think that men that actually consider themselves to be good men want you to settle for them? In my 31 years of life, I know a handful of men that I would genuinely consider to be good men. Most of them are not straight. But I know a couple that are. And all of them have encouraged me in my process of waiting and abstaining until I find somebody that's worth my time. Like, and when I say abstaining, I don't mean like, I mean like I'm really getting to the point where I just don't talk to them. I'm really a sneeze, a gentle allergy away from getting there. But like, when I say abstaining, I mean like from just locking it down. They're just genuinely wait, because the one that's worth your time will prove that he's worth your time. Does this man sound like that? Do the men that talk like this seem like they are good men that know their worth and are willing and wanting and able to prove their worth to a woman? Does he sound like one of the men that he's talking about? Not only that, because he said us, but notice the gentle pause before us, because he knows he's not one of the, he knows he's not one of the ones that he's trying to allude to, right? But he made a choice. He made a choice to put himself in with the group, and it's cute. It's adorable. You just got to clock it though, right? I would also like to further reiterate who he says are the good ones that you're running out of. He says that you're running out of straight ones, and he says that you're running out of unmarried ones. That's the whole criteria. You got to be straight and you got to be unmarried to be a good one in his book. Do you think he considers himself straight? Do you think he's married? What group is he then putting himself into by his own criteria? I'm just asking questions. We're just playing a game. And this is why I say that men as a whole need to do a rebrand. They need to work on their marketing. To be fair though, I don't think they should work on their marketing until they actually change the product. Because right now the marketing is accurate. Like, you're seeing what you're getting. Doesn't make you want to buy, doesn't make you want to play. Right, so within this, here's another question. Oh, before my next question, hi, for those who are new here, my name is Shayna. I talk a lot about decentering men, being child-free, and also I'm a journalist. So if any of those things interest you, then please like, share, subscribe, comment. If anything resonates, I love a super thanks. Always give a shout out to those people. Thank you, Rosita Cosita, and I can't remember the other person, but I definitely shouted you out on another video. Shout out to my recent peeps. Now, here's my other question. Actually, I got two other questions, because do you think that animals within the animal kingdom communicate to each other like this? And before there's any haters out there, yes, obviously animals can communicate to each other. There's a reason why they produce sound. If they were not able to communicate to each other, they literally just would not produce sound. There's a reason why they do that. I want y'all to just imagine a grizzly bear, a male grizzly bear, going up to a female grizzly bear. And we all know that, yes, the males tend to be bigger, but the females are always more dangerous. right? So, you got a male grizzly bear who's towards the female grizzly bear. Now, what is he saying? Let's imagine that he's saying, you need to settle down. You can't just expect a big grizzly bear, a strong grizzly bear. Look, there's only so many Okay, now I'm invested in this. Okay, this is him. This is him. He's ooga boogaing at her. Right. So he's just screaming. Not to say that the guy in the other video was screaming. Like, you don't have to be screaming, but your energy can just be like, right? Like, does this make you go, right? It's almost like, right? But this is the energy of them really trying, pleading with you to lower your standards because they know that they are beneath your standard, right? They're just like, you're gonna have to, when you can be alone. No woman wants to be alone. And look at me, I'm a straight man. Like, this is the energy, right? But this is her now. Like, this is the queen. She's just mid-spa by herself, relaxing, chilling. And she's watching this man bust a capillary, trying to get her to be stressed about the fact that she is enjoying being single and or waiting for somebody that's worth her time. Ladies, be her. Please be her. And I really want all of us to turn on the part of our brain that when a man starts talking in that way, all we hear is ooga booga. Because that's really all it is. It's just one big ooga booga. And I have one more question within this game. This might be my favorite question. When do you think the men are going to realize that they are the ones that are going to have to settle? Because here's the kicker. All the good women, and I use air quotes because what is a good, all the women that I know, if they are not already booed up, they are tapping out of the game. And the metrics of a good woman in this run the gamut, right? Because a lot of the times, men will say, I don't really care about how much a woman makes, right? Like, they do care. They just don't want to say it out loud. But I'm talking women with multiple degrees, including master's, PhDs. I'm talking women with real estate portfolios. I'm talking women who are high executives. I'm also talking women, and mind you, it's girl talk, so we all know, women who are very, very naturally fertile, right? Which I think a lot of men would consider high value, right? Ooga booga. Let's not ooga booga. Those kinds of things, right? A lot of these women are tapping out of the game. A lot of these women, even if they do want kids, are saying, I will choose to be a single mother by choice. I refuse to participate in all this caveman activity. And so the women that are choosing to stay in the game are not necessarily the kinds of women that these men, these ooga boogas, and maybe not even the ooga boogas, because it's probably a couple of good ones. Like in 7 to 8 billion people, there's got to be at least 15, right? So within that, all of them are going to have to settle. Maybe not all, but a lot of them are going to have to settle because a lot of women are just saying, you know what, I'm good. And if the human race goes extinct because I'm good, that don't sound like a me problem. So now that we played this game, and now that I think we all know who the loser of this game is, I just want to leave the people that are truly on the fence, the women or like the people that are dating men who are truly on the fence, but like, I do like him, and like he does take me to like Popeyes every now and then, and every now and then he does really tell me that I'm pretty, and sure, it takes him like 7 hours to respond to a text, but he does respond, and there's a lot of emojis. I really want to just pose a gentle question, maybe even a prompt for you. Because the last thing that I want in my life is for another woman, another femme to settle for a man, So if you ever find yourself in a position where you're like, I like him, because we can trick ourselves into some crazy things, right? I like him. But I don't know if I'm settling for him. Just really ask yourself this question in this tone, Am I settling for a man? Let's say it together. Am I settling for a man? And you really have to think about the man that you might be settling for when you say a man, because it's real. Like if you're going to be with a man, because they all ooga booga. But if he gonna ooga booga in your space, he better be coming with some good stuff. He can't be making your life worse with his ooga boogas, right? So really picture him, because at the end of the day, he's just a man. He's just a man. And I have plenty of friends who are men. I know men. But really just ask yourself if you're settling for a man. That's all. Like, share, subscribe. Bye-bye.